Yo quiero empezar a desvelar esto, ¿vale? Santi, si me haces el favor, vamos a empezar a poner pantalla completa y quiero que la gente entienda lo que voy a explicar aquí, ¿vale? Eso que estamos viendo ahí es un desarrollo embrionario, ¿vale? De una fecundación in vitro, fecundación artificial. Es el desarrollo de embriones visto por cultivo a plastocito. O sea, desde que se cultiva hasta que se convierte en un plastocito. Yo le pido ahora ayuda a los biólogos para que confirmen que todo lo que estoy diciendo, lo voy a decir, es verdad. A los biólogos del planeta. Y que todo esto se hace con un fin. Ayudar a la humanidad a despertar, a confirmar.
Choice, magic, great honesty. God has offered great responsibility on the heavens, the earth and the mountains. But they rejected it. Not because they are sinners, because they are not ignorant or unjust. While the human carried it, where he was unjust and ignorant. Choice is the greatest thing you have among all creatures, even angels. But beware, son. This great advantage is connected with the greatest calamity in the universe. It is connected with responsibility. My son, similar to my previous questions to you. Do you think that Satan will work to enhance this advantage or that calamity? Of course it will serve to enhance the calamity. But he has a big problem to get the job done. The only way to achieve it is the same privilege of choice granted to you. He has no choice to force you into trouble against your will. Only serves to enhance the chance of your wrong choices. I will leave you now for your last meeting with Satan, who knows very well that I control his dark fate. So he will continue to speak frankly with you. And then I will have a new talk with you. You must listen to it.
These are the last two of our rules that we use to inherit the world from generation to generation. 7 and 8 together. As for the 7th rule, you will not understand it easily unless you carefully look into it. As for the last rule, I hope you never understand it. We will not have a breath in the world if you understand it clearly. Now let me tell you the 7th rule, with its public face and its secret face as usual. The 7th rule clearly. Protecting the environment, fighting pollution, and preserving heritage are fused with the concept of national security. The public goal you know is, in the name of the principle, its objectives are clear and no one can easily object to them. Let us preserve our beautiful environment from pollution. We preserve our archaeological and popular heritage, which represents a large part of our identity and human civilization, and we make this matter rise to the level of national security. Now here's the secret goal that belongs to us. All this characterization of this principle, with its placement in the ranks of matters of national security, gives us unlimited, flowing and changing powers of moral bonds. It justifies all our laws and regulations that limit the ability of investors, producers, and scientists of the upper class in the middle class who can navigate advanced levels of possession of money, capabilities and power. And the establishment of institutions of this kind, which is dangerous for us, which depends on self-financing and not borrowing. On the pretext of this principle, we will be able to establish standards of quality and competition that suit our interests. At the same time, it forces others of these competitors from the general public to limit their dreams and capabilities according to our legal procedures. We can even identify specific economic areas that are limited only to the authority and not to other people. For example, we can prevent others from manufacturing, developing and investing in weapons, while this will be available to us only as we are represented by the local higher authorities in each country, especially those countries that we base our headquarters and supreme institutions on. We can also, according to our laws that we design ingeniously, to prevent sincere economic institutions from working in chemical or nuclear fields, due to its alleged danger and negative impact on the environment, climate and possibly heritage. While at the same time, the playing field will be completely open for us to monopolize these major areas without anyone else, as well as airlines, excavations, antiquities and other things that can be easily included under this principle, to keep ownership and trading in it exclusive to us only without competition. Our argument is always to protect the environment and fight pollution, fused with the principle of local and international national security. And all this is done bearing in mind that our agents in the local authority must always appear before the people as the first to defend this principle, so that the legislative curtain and the moral argument remain in the minds of the idiots of the common people. This was the 7th rule of our secret rules. I wish with all my heart that you didn't understand anything from it, but anyway I'll move with you now to the great base, the 8th and final rule. Freedom of belief and religion and other human freedoms equivalent or contradictory to it, and freedom of private associations on both sides, personal freedom for all. And the public and beloved goal of all human animals is that a person be free in what he deems appropriate for himself and believes in its correctness, as this represents a great moral and personal freedom that must be respected no matter how different it is with others. The secret goal, which you do not know anything about, is, in fact, this principle is the amazing magic gate through which we can enter everyone's minds and widely tamper with their beliefs. Through our roaring and scattered all over the media and funded in a way that cannot be easily competed. And while we possess such terrible abilities of sophistry, forgery, falsification, and evasion to an extent that most minds are unable to comprehend or keep up with, here, the path will be open to our false thinkers, scholars, media, agencies and institutions for a very great opportunity to change and replace the sound and correct ideological concepts rooted in people's minds, and replace them with what we desire of demonic concepts and beliefs that serve our upper plan. It literally makes everyone the service dogs of the absolute supremacy that we desire and strive for over the planet that we own. But all this scheme must be done through the conviction, desire and freedom of those human animals represented in the peoples. Because we know very well that it is not possible to replace faith beliefs with compulsory orders. This cannot occupy the place of this in the hearts and minds. Only true faith beliefs can be replaced by false faith beliefs. The orders are compulsory. It has been proven to us through our previous experiences that humans can obey them temporarily, as a result of fear or lack of interest alike, and once they reach a relatively safe area, they immediately return to their true faith beliefs that they previously believed in, and the compulsory commands become of no value. Listen, boy. I am going now where you will not see me again, and my only hope for survival is that not everyone knows these secrets, and they remain limited to you alone. Go to your sage, there is no point in staying with you.
Oh boy. You yourself have heard everything that this demon claims to have. But do you think that his demonic nature did not make him hide anything else to breathe? I'll tell you. Of course, something is still hidden. But he made a mistake, his eternal mistake since ancient times. He is still a fool, and thinks that he can deceive or overcome wisdom. Oh my son. Someday I will tell you about 9 and 10. I will tell you about what they did for the first time with merit and malice in the history of the planet. In the year 1920. I will tell you someday about what they've been doing for a long time. Until now. In the heart of the Black Desert. But what about you? Will you carry out the last hope of Satan? And you stay alone, you know this. What about your friends, family, loved ones, everyone? You have one last thing left. Listen to this talk again, for the 5 meetings combined. And let your mind connect everything with the other. And then, you know how to spread the word and make it reach everyone. For me, it's time for me to spend some time in the wild. With my sheep, my cows, and the care of my horses that I've been missing for days. May God's peace be upon you. See you soon, my son.